Hey guys, Jengar here. We are flying a bomber today in realistic battle, the Lincoln, and finally I'd say introduced to the game with this patch 1.67, and yeah, we wanted to try it out. The thing that immediately sprung to mind is this very characteristic look of the plane. I find this plane to be very good looking. I like the shape of the wings and the frontal view, as you saw it as we jumped into bombardier view. And the second thing that really comes to mind is that big old turret at the top there. That's a dual 20mm turret, and we have a turret with 50 cals in the front and in the back. So 3 turrets, nothing on the bottom of the plane, nothing on the belly, and it's quite unprotected there. But all in all, the defensive armament is lacking because of that. You are very vulnerable from below, and I'll show you the 20 dual millimeter turret is also limited a little bit in the range it has. Now here we have 2 incoming guys after we dropped our bomb load. We go for the Ho 229 first. Come on, more lead. Yes, there he goes, the second one. It's a 262. Come on, baby. Oh crap, that's the big old gun one. Damn. If you also noticed, it took us, we dropped 4 1,000-pound bombs on that first target and we didn't quite kill it. So we need to get 4 on target here to kill it. And guess what? We come to the big ham question. What kind of bomb loads does this thing have? And the top load is 6 times 1,000. 6 times 1,000. If you compare that to the Lancaster, Lancaster has 14 times 1,000. And the B-29, for example, has 18 times 1,000. TU4 has a lot of 1500s, I don't remember, 6 or 7, I don't remember. But the bomb load is lacking, I have to say. You also have the option to take 14 times 250 and 14 times 500. But the explosive power of the 1000 is superior to the 500s, and that load is still the best, the 6 times 1000. But I found it to be quite lacking. I mean, this is a 6.0 battle rating plane caused by that 20mm turret, I would wager. It's an effective gun in its range, and you can fire it on a plane like this. You get a crit, you get several hits, but here we get outside of the range of the 20mm. And it doesn't have depression. You cannot. It doesn't have any gun depression. So the moment a plane gets too low, you cannot fire with the 20s anymore. Both of my turrets are reloading right now, and I decided to make some evasive maneuvers as the 20s are peppering me. I don't like that. But yeah, so you have very. That is actually just the one that was 50 cals that were peppering me. So as you see, we have no range with the 20 there. And what I've also found out, it doesn't have, you cannot aim them completely up. So it also has a limit to how high it can go. We were severely damaged, the gear didn't want to come down, so I had to try to land the plane, didn't want to maneuver to the right anymore. So yeah, we had to land on the side there. Unfortunate end. Unfortunate. An assist and only 1 base. We missed the medium with the last 1,000. It's quite difficult from high up. Now we're going for a base again in this match we have here. And we're gonna try to drop a bomb again on that little column there. As we are quite high up, it is quite difficult to guess where we have to aim that bomb I guess I led a little bit too much there, didn't get anything on that. We got a good landing in as the Lincoln, quite nice. If you can make it back to base with a working plane, you can land it. No problem, and it's also no problem to take off with the plane. Little bumpy, little bumpy, but no problem. Now, as we take it back into the sky, come on, drop land it, stop the plane. Of course, it doesn't want to stop just like that, which is quite logical, but nope. We're going through some shenanigans with the thing. Trying to make a a wheelie. So we were going back into the battlefield here, and I decided, of course, you can't really climb with this thing, but I decided to stay low. Why? Because you are unprotected from the belly, which is not good, and your guns are on top, so I decided this might be the way to fly this plane. Keep it low. Got an AD2 coming in, and we wreck him with the dual 20mm. If you get that turret on target, that is just freaking devastating. All my kills came from that turret. It is brilliant. I was damaged here, but decided to continue and go onto the battlefield in this setup. Now we got a few bombs off us as we flew there, and the planes were destroyed before I got close. So we were in a situation where we had another bomber left, and we had a one Spitfire and several planes going for our ground target. So this guy was communicating quite nicely, and we decided that I would go after this B-17 and he would go for the last fighter who was at their airfield somewhere. I'm getting peppered by some AI fire. Could have easily caused a fire here, but I'm lucky because we're such a big target. Those AA guns get a lot of hits in on you. So here we are, we closed the gap with the B-17, who was still going after ground targets with its turrets. And here we're gonna see the negative side of this 20mm turret and the problems it has with its depression and its placements. So here we are just firing the forward 50 cals, and the 20 cannot fire here because we are higher than him. We do not have gun depression here, so the turret is not doing anything. I realize I need to be lower to make this 20mm turret active and to shred that thing to pieces. So I do that. I lower the plane, and here we go. Yeah, the 20 is firing right now. The universal belt, though, as I also discovered right here, I didn't check it out properly, doesn't have tracer components to it. So you're basically firing stealth rounds with this 20mm cannon. And you saw at the moment my wing came up, I couldn't fire anymore. So here we have firing solution again, and the thing is higher than me, and I'm struggling a little bit to find the right aim. Here we have a hit, but unfortunately I kind of messed it up. And don't get the guns on target too long, just one hit. Here I find out that indeed you cannot fire straight up with that turret either. It has a limit to how high it can go, and thus the B-29 gets a free peppering run on my plane without me firing back, and he catches fire luckily on the right tank, the right fuel tank I landed there. So we're fucked, we're going down. Unfortunately. Nice looking plane, but yeah, it has its limitations. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. Now, enjoyable plane to look at, I have to say, it looks very nice. The sound of the engines is very soothing, like most British bombers, so that is fantastic. Enjoyable to fly the plane, but it is definitely not worth it. It's 6.0 battle rating because of several reasons. If we're looking at the bomb load, which is the most important thing I think on a bomber, next to the defensive armament of course, but to do your damage you have only 6 times 1,000 pound bombs, and with 14 times 500 and 14 times 250 the early loads are fine, but this final load is very limited. The Lancasters for example have 14 times 1,000, the B-29s have 18 times 1,000, so this is this is a very limited bomb load for a bomber on 6.0. You can destroy one base with 5 bombs. 4 bombs don't destroy the base. As you saw, it leaves a sliver of health on the base. So you need 5 bombs. You are left with 1 bomb on something else, maybe a base or some other column. But very limited bomb load, not cool. The turret here with the dual 20s gives the plane its 6.0 battle rating. It is very limited. You have this firing arc that is limited to this. Above that line you can fire up, but it also has a limit to the above, to here. So it also leaves a cone like this above the turret that is unprotected, as you saw with the B-29. And you need to get planes into that range. Then this turret is fantastic, but if you don't get them in there, it's limited. The underbelly of the plane is completely unprotected, so this plane is limited in those 3 areas. And I would say not worthy of 6.0 battle rating. I would sooner give it 5.0, something like that. If that turret would be in the back turret over there, if those 2 20s were in there, it would be much better, but it's not, and therefore I would say this plane is not worthy of 6.0 battle rating. But yeah, if you like bombers, it looks great, it has a soothing sound and it flies good, but it has its limitations. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.